Hello. Today I think I am going to do the book newbie tag. So I already have a couple of videos. Didn't realize this was a thing until I was looking at some other booktubers playlists that are new and realized that they had this tag there. So of course I look it up. I wrote down the questions in my handy dandy notebook and I am just gonna go through them and talk and just chill out. I've got some warm drink to push me through, and hopefully you do as well. So before I get started, I will put all the questions down below. There's going to be a couple questions that I don't answer just because I don't think they're relevant anymore. I don't know when this tag was made, but Booktube is such a large community anymore, and there are so many channels that I just found some of the questions not to be as relevant. However, they are down below in the description. Also, in the comment section, you guys should answer one of the questions because that would just make my day. I'll get more into that later, but one of my favorite parts of Booktube is that trying to find a community, and I love seeing when people comment on my videos, and I love seeing when people like my videos. It just makes me excited to comment back and to have a discussion, I guess, in some way or the other. So please comment below. Please, please, please. Okay. Anyways, first question. Why did you start this channel? And I started this channel because I need a place to talk about books. I need a place to rant and vent about books because it is something that I am very passionate about. And I love the idea of having a community anywhere that I might be able to do that with. And Booktube seems to be like the best platform for finding your group and finding your niche and having a place to rant about something that you are passionate about. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? So honestly, it's my desire to read anything and everything. So I read travel books, I read nonfiction, fiction, I read Warhammer books. I will literally read a recipe book if you say it's good. Like, funny story, I was reading King Arthur cookbook the other night, and my husband looked at me, he was like, "Are you really gonna read that front to back?" And I was like, "Yes, it is King Arthur, the epitome of baked goods." Which, by the way, if you stick around long enough and you watch any of my vlogs, baking is my everything right now. I'm all about it. But yes, I did read a King Arthur recipe book from the beginning to the end. So I will literally read anything. Anything. Send it my way. Send it, put it in the comments. I will read it. I will tell you what I think about it. No problem. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Question 3. I am most excited about meeting other people who are just as passionate as I am about reading books. I do have a Bookstagram, and I found that was okay. I found there's a couple people who always comment on my photos that I love talking about. I've gotten a couple DMs, and we'll talk about a book, but I feel like Booktube, at least that's what I noticed, is that people who start Booktube channels end up with a group of friends that they can read books together, they can make book clubs together, they have live discussions, you always see them commenting on each other's videos, and I wanted to be a part of that. I want to find my group so that we can talk about books, and that's that, to be honest with you. That's what excites me. Also, yeah, like I said, any type of discussion, comments on my videos, DMs on my Bookstagrams, anything. I just want to discuss books. I'm crazy. Okay. Why do you love reading? So, long story short, I traveled a lot as a kid, and two things that were always constant in my life were my family and books. So wherever we lived, I knew that I could find a book, whether it was at the library or at a bookstore or just off my shelf. I always knew that there was going to be a book. And then also, I'm a big fan of adventures. So anytime that I can take a chance and have an adventure, I am down for it. Anything new, sign me up. I will try it at least once. And books are probably the best way to have an adventure every single day. It is one of the greatest forms of escapism. Some people they like to watch movies, they like to binge Netflix, they love their video games. I, however, love books. That is where I escape to, and that is where I have my little mini adventures every day, and that is what I love about it. What books or series got you into reading? I have read since before I can remember. So like Angelina Ballerina, Madeline, what were some other kid books that, Brother Bear, Franklin. I read all of those books, but I think the most significant book series I read as a child that like was the catalyst for everything else was a series of unfortunate events. I specifically remember the day that I read the first book and I went up to the librarian and I was like, where can I read more about this? Because those cliffhangers were incredible as a kid. I remember that so specifically. Like, I know I need to read the next book. And then that jump-started me into a series of unfortunate events. That jump-started me into Cirque du Freak, the Bloody Jack series, Percy Jackson, Aragon, all of these other Harry Potter. That was the catalyst into all of those books. So I would have to say a series of unfortunate events for sure. I think a lot of other people could agree. When did you start reading? Like I said, I don't remember a time when I wasn't reading, to be honest with you. There's only 2 times in my life where I have not read, and that was when I was in college. And even then, I'm still reading. I still read like research papers. I still had textbooks I had to read. Still had articles and newspapers that I read. And the second time was I couldn't get my hands on a book. And that was when I was training. I'm in the military currently. I'm about to get out of the military in a couple of months. But that military training, I wasn't able to get my hands on books. Because that's just how it is. I think I read one book when I was in training. And that was one that the school made us read. Okay, where do you read? Where do I read? Everywhere. I recently got a Kindle, so everywhere. My favorite place to read is in bed at night. I love reading on the couch while my husband plays video games or watches YouTube videos. I love reading, so anywhere. What kind of books do I read? Once again, anything and everything, literally. Give me something and I can go find it on my shelf right now. I've got manga, I've got graphic novels, I've got cookbooks, I have poetry, I have like traveling nonfiction, fiction books, I have fantasy, I have middle grade, I even have kid books, I have Warhammer books, I still have textbooks that I have in there, anything, literally anything. Kindle Unlimited. Mama has been getting into some romancy smut stuff and I'm about it right now. Yeah, anything, literally. Send it my way, I will read it. What does your book collection look like? So, I think I'm going to make this a completely separate video because if I were to show you what my book collection looked like, it would be another hour of me ranting and talking and nobody needs that. So, I have 2 bookcases in my room, which are in other videos. I have two bookcases out in the living room. I have a cabinet filled with antique books that I have collected. I have a closet of books in my child's room. I have a box of books sitting in front of me currently. So, what was the quote that it was like, my child when they grow up are going to think that books are a part of normal home decor. That is my motto right now. Every room has books in it. And I like to keep it that way. But I think if you're interested in seeing my book collection, you should comment below. And I believe that is going to be another video that I'm going to do. Like I said, it's going to be a wild one. You can also look on my Instagram if you want to see some of my book collection. That would be the last question I have. If you have any questions for me that you want to get to know me a little bit better, you can put those in the comments below too. Otherwise, you should subscribe because I have more videos coming out. I have my wrap up for this month coming out, which should be pretty spicy because There's a lot of books I was excited about. There should be a TBR for next month. I'll be traveling to see family, so there should be some pretty footage of the place where my parents live. And yeah, I'm hoping to have a fun time on here. If you're looking for me to read any books that you find exciting, put those down below. I will read them. I am totally open to that. But anyways, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you are. And I will talk to you soon.